everyone, Hezzy here with...
Corey Wilder, the funny voice man who shall now become your favorite reviewer.
Hello, everyone. Corey here, and today we're gonna be reviewing The Bad Guys.
You can come out now, Hezu.
You shoved me off the screen. Why did you feel the need for violence today, sir? Yes, I am here with my guest and co-host, Corey Wilder. And as he says, we're reviewing DreamWorks' Bad Guys. Fair warning, this video contains spoilers, so if you don't want to be spoiled, then this video isn't for you. Alright, so first 15 minutes, we're introduced to the gang.
With an homage to Pulp Fiction. Like, come on, that diner scene with the two partners talking and bickering, it's so Pulp Fiction. Sorry, continue.
They leave the diner, rob a bank, and embark on a long car chase scene. We've got the classics. Leader, cracker, hacker, actor, and the wild card Skrunkly. They're introduced as one of the most infamous heist gangs around. And we get our lovely antagonist, Wreck-It Ralph's cousin, the red-headed feral police chief. But they escape with their tails and money intact and head back to their hideout to celebrate Snake's birthday.
Then Wolf turns on the TV and we see a foxy lady. Ooh, Diane Foxington. Diane Foxington is the governor of Los Angeles and essentially makes a call-out post against the bad guys, calling them second-rate has-beens. The gang, of course, takes offense to this and decide to steal the Golden Dolphin at the gala. The Golden Dolphin is an award only given to the goodest person in the city, which is a guinea pig named Professor Marmalade.
We get a rundown of their plan as they start hilariously sneaking around, initiating the heist. While the gang gets busy, Wolf has some romantic tension with Miss Foxy over here, and goes around stealing from people at the party until he happens upon an old lady. He goes to steal from her purse, but she trips, and he instead helps her up. She smiles at him, takes a hold of his hands, and tells him he's a good boy. It's like a reverse Alex the Lion.
Thank you, dear. You're such a good boy.
Hey! Did you How do you like that?
Yeah!
Oh! Lady! What is wrong with you? A bad kitty.
After her polite compliment, she walks away, leaving Wolf to blush and wag his tail. He even does the Ghibli hair tingle after doing something good, finding he actually likes the sensation. The group snaps him out of it, and they're back on the scene. Shenanigans happen, but they manage to steal the dolphin. But just as they're about to leave, Professor Marmalade gives a speech about how good it feels to be good, which distracts Wolf. His disguise falls apart and they're spotted and surrounded. The chief arrests them, but just before they can be thrown in jail, Wolf manipulates Professor Marmalade into offering a redemption plan for the bad guys. If they can turn over a new leaf, they will be pardoned of all crimes. Diane Foxington agrees, and the bad guys start their trials to becoming the good guys.
You know the gist from here. A bunch of wacky shenanigans happen of them trying to be good. From them learning to share, walking an old lady across the street, saving a cat out of a tree, and even attempting to save guinea pigs from an animal testing lab. And, as you can imagine, they fail each and every challenge in hilarious fashion, resulting in Diane Foxington showing up and scolding the gang and the professor. As she leaves, though, Wolf attempts to put the charm on her, can't blame him, to give him and the gang another chance to improve, which, of course, he's lying. She calls him out on his BS and says he's too gutless to take the opportunity. Wolf goes on a rant about how people won't see him as anything but a bad guy, and how Diane wouldn't understand that because of her status. Diane then steals a ring from Wolf, leaving him a bit bewildered, and tells him,
It doesn't matter if people believe you. Don't do it for them. Do it for yourself.
She then drives off saying she'll see him at the gala, leaving Wolf with doubt on if he really wants to be a bad guy or not. Ooh, suspenseful.
Wolf saves a cat from a tree, the gang witnesses it, and they are impressed. Professor Marmalade had filmed Wolf's rescue and posted it online, swaying the city's opinion on the bad guys in like a day. Professor Marmalade says Wolf really made a turnaround, but he doesn't believe Wolf's other friends will do the same, and that Wolf will have to make a decision. His friends, or the good life. Snake overhears this and becomes insecure, asking Wolf for confirmation on their plan tomorrow. Wolf tells them to not worry about it, and the next day they're all dressed and ready at the gala. They set their plan in motion, and things are about to go south when Piranha dashes up onto the stage and starts to sing. The group goes all out dance party, jamming out and putting on a great performance. Wolf and Diane even get the best dance scene of the year. Ooh la la! Their performance does so well they sway public opinion further and reach the charity goal. The bad guys go up on stage and Wolf has his finger on the button, ready to snatch the dolphin, but decides last second to not go through with the plan. He hands the dolphin to Marmalade, his friends betrayed and confused. But despite backing out of their plan, the lights go out, and when they pop back on, the meteorite is gone. The bad guys are assumed to be the culprits and taken into custody, despite Wolf's cries of innocence. Marmalade begs the chief to let him speak to them, knowing this has got to be some misunderstanding.
The chief opens the van and tells Marmalade he has a few minutes alone with the gang. Once the door is closed, Wolf tells Marmalade that it's all a misunderstanding. Marmalade says he knows, and then in a turn of events, helps Wolf and the gang plan a breakout from the van where they all live on the run, narrowly avoiding the law and stealing from the rich to give to the poor. Oh, wait, sorry, wrong script. Instead, Marmalade... Oh, no. No, Carl, no. So, in a shocking twist, Marmalade reveals that he was a bad guy all along. Wow! Oh, he even reveals that he was the old lady that Wolf saved in the beginning of the movie. We'll talk about this later. We have a lot to say. So anyways, Marmalade reveals that he's a bad guy and antagonizes Wolf enough to where he starts threatening him. Marmalade opens the van door to the news reporters when Wolf is yelling at him, painting the bad guys in an even worse light than they already are. The chief hauls them away to prison, and Marmalade gives them a sob story about how he tried his best to change them. But Diane doesn't buy this at all because of a map Wolf gave her in the previous scene, which leads to the items the gang had stolen over the years.
So the bad guys are in jail and they start fighting over the old lady more instead of the prospect of Wolf abandoning them, I guess? Anyway, a badass warrior lady comes in to save them, absolutely kicks ass. Turns out it's none other than Diane, the Crimson Paw, a dastardly thief who was never caught, mentioned at the beginning of the movie. She busts them out and reveals Marmalade wants to use the meteorite's power for powerful weapons or a mind-controlling device for guinea pigs. Wolf and Diane agree to stop him, but Snake and the gang turn to Wolf and say, "Sorry guys, we're 3/4 of the way into this animated kids film. We need to angrily split up now." And Wolf is like,
Okay.
Diane takes Wolf to her hideout and hatches a plan to stop Marmalade. They sneak in, ready to steal the meteorite, but get caught by Marmalade. Marmalade reveals he has a new partner in crime, none other than Snake.
That slimy reptilian bastard. So, anyways, Marmalade plans to kill Diane and Wolf, ordering Cuddles to lower them into a saw pit. He leaves with his new best friend forever, Snake, to which the gang sneak in and save Diane and Wolf, saying they got the tingle-wagging sensation. They steal the Love Crater meteorite from Marmalade and Snake and drive off into the sunset, living happily ever after. JK, the meteorite is still transmitting signals from a helicopter Marmalade and Snake are in to the hamsters that are stealing charity trucks, causing the gang to kick into high gear to stop them. The girls and boys split up and take them down one by one, stopping Marmalade from completing his scheme. Diane then drives off telling them to meet her at the police station with the meteorite in order to clear the gang's name. As the gang arrives, they then think about Snake and how they aren't the same without him, causing them to not go to the police station, but instead pull a Naruto to bring Snake-kun back to their side.
Evil Hamster Man kicks Snake off the helicopter while Wolf tries to bargain. Snake for the meteorite.
Let her go. Very poor choice of words.
The gang flies the car off the bridge and reconciles via free-falling as Wolf's car gets blown up. Luckily for them, the grappling hook works this time and saves them. The chief pulls them up, ready to arrest them. Diane tries to defend them and reveal herself as the Crimson Paw, but Wolf and the others turn themselves in. Marmalade's helicopter rises. Everyone thinks he is bringing back the meteorite, but it's revealed the meteorite is fake, and Snake was never a traitor. He played Marmalade, switching the meteorite with Marmalade's lamp. The meteorite's power ignites, blowing up Marmalade's mansion. The lamp falls on Marmalade, and the gem he snagged from Diane earlier slips out of his pocket. The chief recognizes the gem and concludes that, Marmalade, all this time, has been the Crimson Paw. So he too gets arrested and defamed. The bad guys go to jail, and a year later, after good behavior and probably pardons for returning all they've stolen, they are released and picked up by Diane and Wolf's kitty in his brand new car. They then drive off towards the city together. The end. Whew, now that we've got that summary out of the way.
It's time to talk about the good.
First off, the animation. The animation.
Scrumptious, absolutely scrumptious. Num num cookie.
Need we say more? Character design was fun. There's a lot of feel-good comedy that had us laughing. The color theory in the movie was ecstatic. Everything complemented itself very well. Voice acting was pretty decent. The action scenes were amazing, truly entertaining. There's a dance scene near the end of the movie that made me want to get up and dance to it myself. If my eyes weren't glued to the screen already, they certainly were for that scene.
Also, the casting was pretty spot on. Sam Rockwell and Mark Maron had amazing chemistry as Snake and Wolf. They had a very odd couple dynamic, which I was kind of vibing with. The crew also had fun interactions with each other as well. Well, at least in the beginning part of the movie. As it progressed, we didn't really get to see as many moments with them all together as a group anymore. I even think in total they have about 3 scenes where it's just the crew interacting solely with each other without plot conveniences. Wish I could have seen more of that, honestly.
Yeah, Wolf and Diane had wonderful interactions and chemistry together. It was fun to watch. Wolf seemed to have more chemistry and interaction with her than his team, though.
Like, I know people have big biases against Hollywood stars voice acting in movies, but in this case, I think it works for the best. Now, let's get down to the nitty-gritty, which is the writing. And since it's a story about a gang of robbers, you know it's gonna get real convoluted real quick.
To start us off, I'll mention a slight nitpick. I love the animation, and I know this is meant to be stylized, but the teeth. For every single character, the teeth switch from straight to sharp in different scenes. It was a bit distracting. They should keep the teeth a single style for certain characters.
Also, this is just my personal opinion, but I feel the fourth wall break Wolf was doing got a little bit old after the introduction of the gang. I appreciated it at the end as a callback to the beginning, but it didn't really feel right when it kept happening at the hideout and at the gala. I'm sure other people enjoyed it, but personally, I didn't like his big old eyes gazing at me every so often.
Another thing, Wolf talks about how they're seen as the bad guys from the moment they were born. This entire movie is essentially a lighthearted spy movie genre version of Zootopia if Zootopia had used Nick's method of intel gathering rather than going with Judy's work with the cops plot choice. Thing is, Zootopia is all animals. In this movie, Diane, Marmalade, and the bad guys are the only anthropomorphic animals in the city. But there's even a cat and hundreds of guinea pigs that are clearly not sentient like these characters, which is a bit confusing in terms of world building. My friend Sai mentioned perhaps this is a Sonic game situation where we have the Sonic characters that save the smaller, more normalish animals, but I don't know how that works in either Sonic or this movie. I guess we're not meant to question it, but it's certainly odd.
Yeah, there are a few comparisons that can be made with Zootopia, especially in the messages, but that's something that can be overlooked. What can't be overlooked no matter how hard I try is Marmalade's bonker gambit of a plan. Like, this man gives Palpatine a run for his money for how much luck he has in planning. Like, ooh. Okay, let's break this down. So Marmalade wants to steal money from a fundraiser that he's holding for charities across the city because... actually, I don't know why. They don't really explain why he does it. Why did he steal it, Hezu?
Well, you got me. By all accounts, it doesn't make sense.
Oh well, back to business. Marmalade decides to steal money from his own fundraiser as some grand evil scheme or something. I don't know. He uses the power of the Love Crater meteorite to control a bunch of guinea pigs in order to steal, which also begs the question, why didn't he just ask to have the meteorite for experiments? He is a good citizen and well trusted in the community. I'm pretty sure if a kind professor asked to borrow a meteorite for studies, no one would ask questions or bat an eye. Wait a minute. What is he even a professor of? Like, they keep saying that he's a professor. But a professor of what? Evil? Guinea pigs? Being omnipotent and knowing exactly what every character is thinking and where they are? Because somehow, some way, he knew that Wolf and the gang were at the gala. He knew to dress up as a grandma and walk up and down the stairs again and again until Wolf saved him, and he knew that Wolf had the good boy tingle. Yes, that's what I'm calling it now, the good boy tingle.
God, yes. I am so upset about that grandma thing. Why couldn't that have been genuine? That was so sweet. It didn't have to be this weird manipulation. It doesn't make any sense. Also, transferring money in physical vehicles instead of just transferring it after it gets submitted to the bank is a rather convenient but nonsensical plot device. A majority of issues revolve around Marmalade's involvement in this movie. When the bad guys are at his mansion, he secretly live streams Wolf saving a cat without the involvement of the others. And everyone does a complete 180, now believing they are completely changed. How strange.
What's so funny is that after that, they do a time skip with no indication of how much time has passed.
But what everyone is really buzzing about is the bad guys, whose heart-melting rescue video has made them an overnight viral sensation. Overnight.
So is it that only Wolf did the good deed and all the bad guys are good? I feel like this little part could have been solved with maybe I know this is cliche, a montage section showing the bad guys doing more good deeds to earn the trust of the people. And just as a little extra, figure out a way to slip onto the script how much time has passed. It just would have made the sudden change make more sense, at least to me. But movie logic is movie logic. I know it's a kid's film.
Yes, a montage certainly would have helped. Aside from that, though, there's another big part of this movie that annoyed the hell out of me. The three-quarter breakup. Oh yeah. I saw it coming, you saw it coming, we all saw it coming. God, please, writers, stop doing this. It's so predictable. It's done in all these movies as a way to separate the main characters, but it's just becoming more and more forced as time goes on.
What's that? You still care about the crew but also want to change yourself to be good? Well, screw you! You're a traitor, and you hate us, Wolf! I can't believe this! How dare you betray your own kind by trying to give us a comfy life! Oh my god, I hate these so much! They do it in so many movies. Rise of the Guardians, Moana, Shrek, Zootopia. The list goes on!
I literally face-palmed in the theater. I got such horrible secondhand embarrassment from that scene.
I chuckled out of pure disbelief.
Well, my last tangent is tied to this breakup scene. There's too many plot twists in this movie. First plot twist, Marmalade is a villain? Second plot twist, Marmalade was the grandma all along. Third plot twist, Diane was the red paw all along. Fourth plot twist, Snake betrays the team for Marmalade. Fifth plot twist, Snake was actually on the team's side all along. Sixth plot twist, Wolf was the one who put the popsicle in the fridge to make Snake be a good guy all along?
You know what's funny? I can actually excuse all these plot twists. It's mainly because I know that they're spoofing the usual heist crime film where it's like, plot twist, your sister was actually your mother! And stuff like that. It didn't really bother me too much. But yeah, I can see how 6 plot twists in the third act of the movie could push your buttons, Hez Soup.
Soup? Honestly, some of them are fine, but the grandma twist and the wolf twist are the ones that irk me. Otherwise, it's a lot. Definitely made me confused trying to keep up with it all once the credits popped up.
Oh yeah, no. Grandma was a strange one.
Well, I don't have anything else to cover. Do you, Corey?
Yes. There's been something I've been keeping from you, Hezu.
Okay, and?
You see, I'm not actually Corey Wilder.
What?
I'm actually...
It was me, Hezu Neutral!
What the hell? Okay, credits time. That was Corey Wilder, folks. Check him out in the links below. Thanks to my patrons for supporting the making of this video, as always. Hope you enjoyed. Love y'all.
Hezu,
Bye-bye.
give me your channel. It's mine. Mine.